And we are live. What is going on, good people? Back with another installment of the Stack the Deck with Love podcast. My name is Dre, and I'm joined by my dynamic sister, Empress Chrissy, the Alchemist Goddess. What's going on, sis? How you doing today?
All is well, Dre. All is well. How about you over there?
Man, all is well. Like you said, I'm so happy to be out of my CDL class. I passed my CDL test. I'm proud of myself for making that
Yeah.
happen. So I can have some more options to do some more things. So yeah, all is definitely well. I've been kind of since Thursday. I've been kind of silking it. I'm chilling. I had a little went at 8 on Friday, and I just been kind of hanging out since then, trying to get back into the swing this week. But all is well. All is definitely well.
That's
Um,
good. That's good.
yeah. Um, but yeah, we got a really good show today. On a really good topic. I know that if you've seen any type of um, new age relationship show or read something that kind of covered any type of relationship dynamics, they probably have gone over at some point in time the five love languages. So we're going to kind of get into that today, um, and why it's important, how it shows up in relationships, and how it can actually be a binder or a or if they don't, if the elements of the love languages are, I guess, dismissed or not taken into account, how it could be a something that kind of breaks up or kind of put some distance in the relationship. um because everybody is different, like just how the same way that we all learn differently and we communicate differently, we all love differently, and it all kind of falls within that same category. So just to start off, there are five love languages: words of affirmation, quality time, physical touch, acts of service, and receiving gifts. Now, me personally,
Mm-hmm.
I am a words of affirmation person. So that means that in relationships, like even as far as to relationships with, like, not just companionships, but like my parents and friends, people that I'm around. Like I'm big on when, like, people tell me that I'm appreciated, or they kind of like tell me about like the things that they see as far as qualities. Um, I'm a comedian. People tell me I'm funny, stuff like that. Like, so anytime people kind of affirm me, like it's really it's really galvanized. It galvanizes me individually. It makes me feel really good. Especially like in relationships. If I get that in relationships, it's like I'll run through a wall for you. Like, what I'm saying? If
Mm-hmm.
you completely tell me, like, oh yeah, like, I appreciate how you show up, or I appreciate that you did this and you real, or whatever. When I see that people affirm me, like, that's like big. That's like I got something like a switch in me that's like, oh, okay, they get me, they get it. So it's like I'm gonna give you my all at that point. So that's my main love language. My The second love language for me is physical touch. Um, that's more so in well, I can't say that. It's definitely in like companionship relationships, but also like relationships with like your parents, stuff like that. Like now, I think I was kind of affected by that because I'm a physical touch person, and I didn't really get a lot of physical touch like
Mm-hmm.
in my childhood. Like, I mean, certain aspects. Like my grandma, granny's gonna love on you. That's what grannies do. So granny, I got it from my grannies. But my mom, she just was like, my mom ain't really no touchy feely person. So she was like, nah, like, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't really get that from her. And like, I, I think, not even I know it kind of affected me in a way. Not that my mom was trying to, I don't think she was trying to style me out in that way, or she was trying to do it on purpose. It's just that that's not one of her love languages. So she didn't love like that. Like, we tend to love others in our love language first before
Right.
we learn theirs. You know what I'm saying? So
That's
so
right.
physical touch is really big for me, and quality time is like 2A or 3. So quality time is like just spending time. Like you said earlier, I know you had said I had came on and I was like, sometimes I like to be with myself. I like to kind of quarantine myself away from people from time to time. And he was like, well, it ain't quantity time, it's quality time. I was like, so yeah, so the time that we do spend together is if it makes me feel good, like if it's like an enrichment. Like now, more so at my big age, I'm more anybody I can have a really deep, enlightening conversation with. Like that's I guess it kind of combines. Well, it don't really combine the words of affirmation, but that I consider that to be quality time. Like I don't really like to talk to people if it's. I hate small talk. I'm not a small talk kind of person at
Mhm.
all. Like that shit grinds my gears. But anybody who can like they can hold a conversation and they got things to say that's we can bounce stuff off each other and we can learn from each other. Like I love that. So yeah, I've kind of figured mine out. Acts of service, like I love when people do things for me. Like it's cool. I appreciate it because nobody like the fact that you thought of me to do something for me. I think that's really dope. You know what I'm saying? But it don't really move me like that. And then receiving gifts, same. Like it's the same thing. Like if you give me a gift, I'm completely appreciative. I'll
Mhm.
affirm for giving me the gift. But I'm not really a receiving gifts type of person. Like it's I like to receive gifts, but it don't really move me in the ways of the other um, love languages.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's me. How does that kind of break down for you, sis?
Yeah, I actually read this book some years ago, The Five Love Languages by Gary uh Chapman. Is it Chapman or Coleman?
I think it's
Chapman.
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 Yeah.
Gary Chapman.
Uh huh.
Um and so I took that love language test many years ago. And I
Uh huh.
remember my primary was quality time and secondary was physical touch. But
Hmm.
I took it again, preparing for today's show. I took it again. And I'm gonna share. I want them the people to see what they are, see what they go. Because you go online and take this test,
Hmm.
and it is fivelanguages.com, and take the test. It'll tell you your primary, secondary uh love languages. So I guess I can share mine. This ain't no, it ain't no big deal. So y'all can look at my test. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, so you're more of a
So
quality acts of
yeah,
service.
my primary is quality time, and that's very very accurate. I
Mhm.
mean, uh, that's how I am across the board. And I'll let
Mhm.
to me, we can be watch the paint dry on the wall. It don't matter. Long
Right.
we spend time together. To me, that's what's important to me. And now I told you when I took this many years ago, two was physical touch, but now it's
Hmm.
acts of service.
Hmm.
My secondary, and I think I know why now, since because I've changed so much as an individual. So
Hmm.
it's like now I want you to show me.
Right. 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 Right.
I want to see it.
Hmm.
Fuck this. I want to see what you're working with. I don't want. I
Right.
want to see the service. I want to see how you care about me.
Right.
Uh, touch me later. You know,
Right. Right.
let me see what you're working with.
Right. Right. Right.
So I kind of understand why the second two flip, because it was quality time, physical touch,
Right.
and then acts of service.
So you kind of started to make people prove it to you before you let them
Right,
touch
right. That's why that's why I'm at today.
you.
And
Yeah.
so just to prove that this test stuff is very. I think he's a kind of, I think it's a
I
psychiatrist
think
or
he's a
a
psychiatrist. Yeah.
licensed therapist, something like that. Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
this probably was done from a scientific base because it's very accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Gifts. I'll take a gift, but I'm not materialistic. People think I'm
Right,
not.
right,
To me, it's more about us, but over the thing. You know what I
right.
mean? And words of affirmation, I mean, it really don't move me either, really, because I can encourage myself.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why we all are different. You know,
Right, 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 right.
take this test because you know. And after I learned this, when I reflect back, I can see why you and somebody you in jail
Mm-hmm.
because if my love language is quality time, like you said earlier, I'm going to lead with that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but
Right,
if my mate is giving gifts, he might give me a necklace to think he got it going on, and I'm like, but what are we doing this weekend? You know,
right, right,
you
right.
know what I'm saying?
You're like,
So,
damn, I just gave you a necklace. Like, what you
all
mean?
right, all
Like,
right. So knowing this can actually save your relationship because in the
yeah.
book he got to this because he counseled married couples
Mm-hmm.
and they was coming in because they were getting divorced,
Mm-hmm.
right? So he was getting the counseling, and he said
Mm-hmm.
he noticed they all had like petty complaints,
Right, 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 right.
and so he developed this, and I think he said like maybe 85% of the couples end up staying together, but he figured this out. So this
Mm-hmm.
this this way a lot. It really help you a lot. I just said, okay, the rascal give you a gift. That's his love language.
Right,
He not understand why your lipstick poked out. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right,
Uh,
right, right.
I know in the book, the husband, it was the husband. He would cook. He would like sew, make little stuff, but the wife didn't like that. And so, like, with the man cooking for you and all this, but he was act of service, and hers was something totally different.
Right, right,
So, yeah, this will really save you a lot to learn yours and your mates. You want the primary and secondary. So the first one, the second one, maybe the third one. You know,
right. Hmm.
uh,
Now that you say that though, that made me think because I feel like I've led in the past with acts of service. Like I guess not knowing what other people's love languages are from the beginning, I'll lead with acts of service. I'll try to do things for people. It ain't necessarily my thing,
mhm,
but I'll try to do things for people to be like, let them know, like, oh, I appreciate you being here, or I, I got you, or whatever I'm trying to convey. So I wonder how, like, if, in a deeper dive, maybe I do need to read the book to see
mhm.
exactly how, because I said I've dabbled, but I haven't really took a deep dive. So to see the difference in like your love languages and receiving versus giving, like I said, I could imagine. I know for a fact, well, words of affirmation being my main love language. I know I do. That's one of my things. I affirm like almost immediately when it's something that I'm trying to zero in on in a relationship or what have you. But I also do notice that, I mean, because you can't. I'm thinking about it like this: when you're getting to know somebody, like the first thing you can't, in my mind anyway, the first thing you can't, physical touch probably is like something that comes, even though it's like my secondary thing. That ain't nothing that you can kind of just lead with. Like people be like, what the fuck? Like they just unless it's just. I mean, I can see subtly, like maybe like a like somebody like like a small
Mhm.
like touch on the shoulder or like maybe I don't know, like I don't know. I could just see how that could be weird, especially if somebody um is not really a physical touch person and you don't know that yet, and then you touched on them, it might kind of turn them off. You know what I mean? So I kind of usually personally I lead with acts of service. Like I try to um show up in the way that I want to
Mhm.
show up for people, just to kind of show people, now this is how I show up when I fool with you. This is how I show up for you. You know what I'm saying? Like
But what if they acts of service is they least? They won't
then
even
that could be,
recognize. They won't even
they
recognize,
would
and
they
they
would
still be poked out.
right, 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 right. I mean, so yeah, and I'm sure I've crossed them some wires, like some wires have been crossed like that before in the past, like you know what I'm saying. But that's just how I do. Maybe because that's um I feel like maybe that's because that's how I had to. Now this is about to again, like I know every week I equate something back to childhood as far as relationships. So I think that was I would presume that that's one of my mom's biggest love languages is acts of service because she always wants somebody to do some shit for her.
Oh,
So I feel like I probably that's probably how I lead because that's how I I don't know if it's a thing of me trying to treat everybody like I treat my mom or like if that's a condition thing that I picked up, but I always lead usually with acts of service or how I can look out for people. Um,
I would say that you may. I'm just speaking in general. You may lead from your primary or secondary. I
mhm.
think it may depends upon the situation.
Right.
Um,
That's why I asked because I know acts of service really ain't a
mhm.
big thing for me in general. Like when people do stuff for me, like I said, I appreciate it, but it's not like one of the things that move me like words of affirmation or physical touch.
Hmm.
But
And
again, it depends.
see, yours kind of tricky words of
Uh,
affirmation because a lot of people ain't just passing out those, passing out that type of stuff. It ain't because you gotta be kind of mindful with that
yeah,
because if you're not a mindful person, you don't even think that really matters. Because
right.
words of affirmation, it's like really like compliments, but it's like mindfulness compliments. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like
Yeah. Like man, like damn, I appreciate that, or like I love when you do this, or
right,
you
right,
know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
That type of thing. Um, I mean, like the surface, like the compliments, they cool, but it'd be more so like women tell me I'm attractive and stuff like that. Like I appreciate that, that's flattering, but I would rather somebody be like, I'd rather a woman tell me like like I appreciate how you show up for me, or I appreciate how you did this versus
Mhm.
like how you cute. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just me. So I know other people. It could be completely reversed and completely different for other people. You know what I'm saying? But me personally, I know that's how I've always have been.
And then the receiving gifts, that's a that was is kind of that's my least. I'm glad
That's my least too.
because the giving gifts thing is like if that's your love language, I'm trying to see how I want to say this. It's like it's easy, but then it's not easy.
I could see how that can be how that can be looked at as love because it was like and the
Yeah,
person who
that's right.
like and the person um who has that as a primary or that's important to them. I could see how they'd like, oh,
Yeah,
like it took the time, the thought. It's the thought
yeah.
that matters type people. You know what I mean?
But what if
Um,
you love somebody but you can't give no gifts?
right,
It's like that's why it's tricky. It's like if her love language, your significant other, her love language is giving gifts, but you washing her car, you mowing the yard, you waxing on, waxing out. You know what I'm saying? You get everything done, but shit, you ain't giving no gift.
right.
Like,
So
I'm
that's
doing
kind of where
all this and I still
that's kind of like where the lines of acts of service and receiving gifts kind of get blurred a little bit because you might look at
Mhm.
like I did this, I did this, I did
Right,
that. You know what I'm
right,
saying? And you counting it in your mind like I keep doing stuff for her, but she
right,
like, nah, but I ain't got no purse, I ain't got no shoes, or
right.
that type of thing. So yeah, I mean, it could be, but see, that's where communication comes in. Like when you're in relationships, I feel like these are the type of things like these things like this are some of the first things that need to be discussed so that you can
Yeah,
kind of really,
I told my dad this maybe about 2 years ago now. He's like, I ain't never heard of this. I say, yeah. And it's if you go start back dating, it probably good for you know yours, and then for you to let her know hers. So anything we can use to make things better, make it
yeah,
more successful. you
bridge
know,
those communication gaps, because what
right.
it is a lot of times we can be like wanting the same thing, but the way that we actually go after those things could be completely different. You know what I mean? So not knowing how a person receives love can be super detrimental. Like, um, I can attest to that just from different experiences that I've had where it's like I'm doing one thing and I'm thinking I'm giving 1,000%. You know what I'm saying? And then like you talk to the person and it's like you ain't do this, or you ain't do that. And I'm like, well, damn, like I did this, that, and that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or like it's been experiences that I've had where it's been like, I tell, because like I've been aware for a while. I've been aware of the actual love languages for a while. So I'll tell like people that I've dealt with, like I would like this. I like it'd be like if I make the food and it tastes good, like tell me, like you know what I'm saying, or like what I'm saying, like just things like that. And then like it's kind of hard for them to kind of like respond that way in kind. So it's like kind of throw me off a little bit. So yeah, I mean it's super important. Um, it's super important to have a grasp on how the person that you're dealing with receives love. This also goes for your children as well. If you have
That's
children,
right.
you gotta know their love languages so that they don't misunderstand you. And like you could be giving them the most logical, wise advice in the world, but if you don't appeal to their love languages, they might tune you out because they feel like you don't understand them. Like you know what I'm saying. So
Yep.
I mean, it's deep. It's a very layered conversation. It's simple, but it's complex at the same time. Like it's very
Hmm.
simple, but it's also very complex depending on your makeup, the other person that you're trying to communicate with makeup, understanding, perception, all of that. So it's very important. Um, like I said, to know those different um, ways to communicate, ways to and to understand how somebody like because okay, so if you understand the other person's love language, and they might not specifically be giving you back what you asked for, or maybe or giving the love language that you received the best. If you can see that they're kind of operating out of theirs, you can probably kind of give them some leeway. Like, okay, like ain't that they don't fool with me. It's just that they fool with me more in a way that they receive love versus how I receive it. You know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
you can kind of give them some grace in that way versus get on the phone like, man, I don't know what's wrong with her. This, that, and the third. And you know what I'm saying? You can kind of like understand, like, okay, like I get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? She's a gift person. So instead of telling me how dope I was, she bought me some jeans to because she thought I looked dope in the jeans. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's how
Yeah, you can flip it, or you can if you know, let's say for instance, you said that person that receives gifts as their primary love language, but you washing her car and doing all this. Then what you can do is make it out of a gift.
right,
Make that
right,
be the gift. You have to
right.
try to trick her. Hey, trick her.
Got a
Hey,
gift for
get
you. I
some
got a
gifts for
present
me.
for you.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I mean,
Right.
so
But then I might piss them off too because they might not look at that as a gift. Man, you know what I'm saying? This
oh
ain't
no, I
no
mean,
gift.
you play it to their language, so it
Yeah,
might, they
yeah.
might still see it as,
But
but it's like you're not saying, hey, I wash your car as a gift. You gotta
right,
fix that
right,
in a,
right. Like, hey, I got a gift for you. Look what I did. Look, bam.
yeah.
Wax this
It's the way you
motherfucker, clean the
present it,
seats off, all the pennies out the middle, all
right?
that. So yeah, you're right. You're right. I can see that.
Or give them make a little coupon book and have like a little
Mm.
car wash and get them. They just anything,
Yeah.
to make,
Right.
be what you call it, creative.
Yeah, credit. Yeah, because like I think at the end of the day, we all just want to be validated, especially by our partners. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we ain't
That's it.
you ain't gotta have, validation from the world, you know what I'm saying? But from your partner, like you seek that validation to know that, they feel a certain kind of way about you so that, you can keep because you feel a certain kind of way about them and you want to have that mutual feeling of connection and love, like knowing their love languages and understanding it goes a long way to just that connection for real. Like certain stuff. Like sometimes you don't even gotta say nothing, but it's just one of these. If you just tap in and you know what they like and you do that, like that saves a whole. That could save a whole conversation or a whole paragraph and in a text message or whatever. Like it just kind of is this confirmation to know that you're in the right place when you get those when somebody understands you like that. So
And
that's
then
why.
how cool would it be too to get somebody that got the exact same as you got?
Oh yeah, that'd
Their
be great.
primary is words of affirmation. Your primary is
Yeah,
words of affirmation. My
right,
primary is quality time. His primary is quality time. So that
right.
means we really both speak that language.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
he
yeah.
want to spend the weekend out in the backyard, shit, doing nothing. That's right up his alley.
Right,
You know
right,
what I
right,
mean?
right.
So
Yeah, yeah,
that's why it's good as well because if you can match, or if your primary and they primary is flipped, that's still good,
right.
because you still at those top two.
Yeah,
That's a good
yeah.
way.
That
Um,
might be like if you look at. I bet you if you looked into like a lot of long term relationships that are healthy relationships, I'm pretty sure that a lot of them have um
Secondary, primary, and common.
yeah, or at least one, maybe the main one.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like because I mean that's the type of stuff that's like the glue. That's like the kind of like the glue to keep stuff together for real.
Mhm.
Like type of understanding of somebody for real.
That'll be a good app.
It would be love the
Hmm.
love language. They probably do got an app for that for real.
I'm
They
talking about
probably
like a dating app to correlate.
they probably got it. It's probably you look on there. There's so many apps. They probably got something like that. But if
You
they
probably,
don't, they don't. We probably should make it.
I'm
Nah, he
telling
got.
you, that probably
He
take too much work.
got
I'm still trying to learn how to do
right,
screaming
right,
stuff.
right.
But yeah, it's if you guys want to go look at or take the test, like I said, it's 5lovelanguages.com. And just click on the quizzes and just it's like maybe like 10 or 15. They actually like 10 or 15 courses, I think. And then they give you the score at the end and tell you, you know,
Your love language.
your love languages.
Like, do you like to be touched on? Do you like to be served? You like to receive gifts? You like people to sweet talk you? I like people to sweet talk me. That's my woman. My woman. My woman sweet talk me. She get anything she want.
Just just some just some words. Nah.
Yeah. Nah, it won't just be words though. So I'm a word person. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm my my Gemini is in Mercury. You know what I'm saying? But my Mercury is in Gemini. I always say that back. My Mercury is in Gemini, and my Mars is in Gemini. So I can kind of now word. I mean, I got one of the best bullshit proof vests in the world. Like you know what I'm saying? I can detect bullshit from far away. So you ain't gonna just move me by just saying some shit. But if the right person say the shit, you know what I'm saying? Because I be having like you come across people all the time like they try to move you with words. It's like oh no, I can see you. I can see straight through you. But when it's the right person, yeah, I run through a while. Like if I know I'm appreciated by certain people or it ain't even so much sweet talking. It's more so just like damn, like the way you showed up, like I appreciate. It's really appreciation for real. Like that's my biggest thing. Once I know I'm appreciated, I'll do anything for somebody for
That's good.
real. It's a gift and a curse. It's a gift and a
Huh?
curse. It's a gift and a curse.
Yeah. I feel you on that. Gift and a curse. Yeah.
But it's all good.
And that's a good book too. Y'all want to read that book. It's The Five Love Languages by
Is it Gary
Gary
or Gary?
Gary
Yeah, Gary
Chap-
Chapman.
Chapman.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it's
it's pretty
also
good.
on Audible. If you don't want to read, you can listen to it.
That's probably the route I'm gonna take. I'll probably see if I can find it on YouTube or something.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So what we gonna do? We gonna pull some cards.
Yep. You got the question.
Yeah. So we gonna pull some cards today. Our divination topic. We usually stick to the script on what our conversation topic is, so it's no different today. So today is what is each zodiac? What do each zodiac desire in love? Like what moves us in love? Like what makes us um, be moved to love, to be in that love energy. So that's
Okay.
what
Okay.
let's see.
We start with the Aries. So what is what are the desires? What are the desires in love for the Aries? Let's see. Aries.
What do Aries desire in love? What do Aries desire? Aries.
So I got apology and introverted.
You said apology and introvert.
Mm-hmm.
So it sounds like they wait on an apology and they kind of like isolating themselves until they get an
No, it
apology.
looks like that their desire is not to take it for granted.
Mm,
Uh, and not to
like,
be like maybe somebody tried to hide them or something.
mm-hmm.
So they want to be like they want to be like out, like out in the
Oh, you got extroverted. Okay, got you.
yeah extrovert. Yeah.
Okay, thought I was saying introverted. Okay, that kind of makes sense because well, I got the Hierophant in reverse, so that's
Mm.
about non-conformity. That's the one I'm picking up on, and examining your beliefs. Uh, so basically, um, like not um, kind of falling in line with uh, more so like I I feel like it's more like an energy of discord. So they're trying to kind of stay clear of like the BS, for lack of a better term, like and trying to actually look at everything for what it is versus trying to label something because somebody else said it's what it is. So it's like say if they with a partner or they dealing with somebody and they like, oh, you did X, Y, and Z. I think Aries is more so kind of sitting back, trying to make sure that they are um, acting in their own energy versus conforming to what it is that their partner trying to say that they are. So that's non-conformity and examining their belief. I believe that's where so they desire to basically be in their own in their own what's the word I'm looking for? Like their own paradigm for real, like versus accepting somebody else's information as authority. That makes sense.
Hmm. Mm. We got Taurus.
Taurus, what
For-
does Taurus desire in love? It's gonna be something earth based. What does the Taurus desire?
Mm.
What does Taurus desire?
They got butterflies, and emotional.
Hmm.
So
Okay then.
I would say they desire their love to like change them.
Hmm.
Like will make them better emotionally.
Gotcha.
Um, they desire to be loved.
Okay. No, that makes sense. Actually, what I pulled, so I pulled the Six of Pentacles. So it's about gifts, charity, generosity, doing the right thing. So it also said ain't too proud to beg too. So it's like that kind of goes along with the butterflies, um, and just that desire to be in love. So it's like they kind of uh, they desire a like a mutual like a like a I guess a mutual affection or a mutual affinity. Um, somebody that's gonna almost, if we're looking at word of the love languages, like affirm them in ways, like, you know what I'm saying, like it might not necessarily be like words, but they just want to be affirmed. And the fact that when people affirm them, they get those butterflies, and it feels good to them. They want to be made to feel good.
And don't play with their emotions.
Right, exactly. So that's where it comes. When you mess with the bull, you're gonna get the horns at that point.
Mm-hmm. Gemini.
What do Gemini's desire? What do
Ooh,
Gemini
okay. All right.
desire?
Oh, they got three cards that came out. All right. Sexual tension, watching, and expression.
That sounds like some voyeurism.
So it's like they want they what's the course desires? What are the love desires?
Yeah. What they
Uh
desire? Yeah, what they desire and love.
I don't know how to say this.
Just say it.
Uh they desire that good. They want to watch it, they want to talk about it. Uh yeah,
So
they
they want that. They want that that physical connection that turns into something deeper than
right. They
physical.
want that physical touch.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
That physical touch stuff. Right.
And they
That's
on the hunt for it too. Who is Gemini?
yeah.
They out on Facebook, Twitter, IG, TikTok.
Everywhere, huh?
They everywhere watching the physical touch. All right,
Like,
now Gemini.
Pornhub, they probably all over the place. That
Oh,
makes sense though, because I pulled the 10 of Pentacles, which is like that jackpot, good fortune, and anytime that you feel like you done had someone had a connection on that level, it feel like the jackpot. Like I was just telling you about my experience before we came on. Like it felt like the jackpot, like ding 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 type shit. Um, so yeah, they looking for that. They're looking for that good affection connection. That that's yeah. I'll leave it at that. They looking for that good
yeah.
affection connection. They nasty.
That's
Right.
important to them right
Oh
about now.
yeah.
So
Yeah. Right about
ain't
now.
nothing wrong with it. Hey, shit.
Oh no, I'm surprised I ain't come up for cancer. But like I
We
said,
ain't got some cancer yet.
that's what I'm saying. But my Mars and my Mercury is in Gemini, so you know.
You talk you want me to talk dirty? Talk that dirty talk.
Talk crazy to me.
Oh Lord. Who we got? We got cancer.
Now we got cancer. Now let's see what they talking about for cancer. What does cancer
Let's see what
desire?
cancer got.
What do
On
cancers?
the shuffle.
What do cancers desire?
Mm. Oh,
What do cancers desire?
picture perfect. Spiritual detox.
Damn it! I think it's fun. It's Gemini.
Well, it's a tub. It's a tub right here. He dabbling in this tub. I don't know. Uh, they desire. They're looking for. This is for cancers. They're looking for that perfect mate. Um, they want to have that spiritual connection
Mhm.
because they're actually the cancers or in the middle or been through an awakening. So they want their partner to be somewhat awakened.
Right.
Um, so I would probably be like, this would probably be more like, I don't know. This would be, I don't know how this would fit, which one needs to fit into. It would probably be like quality, I don't think it'd be quality time, but
It could be
uh,
words. It could be words of affirmation too,
oh,
though. It could,
that's what came out of my mind. First words of affirmation.
yeah.
But yeah, they want a mate. They want like a spiritual, like a kingdom spouse.
Right. Right. Yep. And I pulled the. So at this time I pulled the Hierophant again, but it was upright. So that's about
Hmm.
spiritual teachings, rules, and order. So they
Hmm.
kind of want, like you said, picture perfect. They want to have that story, kind of that storybook relationship. That's like the shit you see on TV. That's cancer shit.
Hmm.
And like you said, spiritually, they want to be in tune uh, with their partner enough to have a connection strong enough. Because where that picture perfect comes from is having a connection strong enough to be in aligned to be aligned enough to have that particular picture perfect type relationship.
Hmm. And then the black and white, the yin and yang. You know, they want
Uh
to
huh.
have that balance
Hmm.
between the masculine and feminine
Right. Right. Right.
energies.
Facts on facts.
So now we got
Leo,
Leo. Let's
what do Leos desire in love? What do Leos desire in love? What do Leo people desire in love?
mm, mm. Moonlight player.
Mhm.
It's interesting.
It
Uh,
is.
Leos want a reflection. You know, they want a reflection of love. Um, this player is not so much as like negative. It's like Leos are naturally like the playful energy.
Hmm.
So it's like they want someone to reflect that back to them in love. You know, that you can be playful, but you are intelligent, emotionally intelligent, but you know how to,
Right. Balance it.
balance it. And then they're
Hmm.
able to, they're able to be close with you, have that closeness.
Hmm.
So they want like I would say like physical touch.
Hmm.
Could put it in one of those.
Yeah. Um. And they may even look at you being able to you know go between the two as like an acts of service type thing. only
Mm-hmm.
because like you know like
Mm-hmm.
they feel kind of that they feel that connection from both of those ends. So I pulled the Queen of Swords, which is truth and justice above all, and then logical. So it's logical to, like we said, it's logical to be able to be versatile enough to go from serious to playful. I thought truth and justice above all was pretty funny because Leos they kind of you know they kind of move. They move how they move. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they move into their own truth and their own justice. You know what I'm saying? Versus like a generalized standard of what truth and justice is. So that might be a little bit where I'm side eyeing this, but
Mm-hmm.
they definitely live in their own truth and they define their own justice above all. Um, so yeah, that makes sense. Like when you say a player, that's what made me think of that. Like that's my truth, and whatever justice comes from me being a player, you gonna have to deal with from your end. But I know what I'm gonna do on my
Mm-hmm. This dog too stand out on this picture. It's like the dogs stand out.
end.
So it's like a dog is very, a dog can be very loyal.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But it could
So
be,
then, a dog chase up behind, that
yeah.
dog and
But
so
I mean, that could be the dog too. Just depending on how you look at
yeah, yeah,
it.
for sure.
So, so what's next? Virgo.
Virgos.
What do Virgos desire? What do Virgos desire? What do Virgos desire?
To look good,
Oh man,
to look good and think good thoughts. Okay.
I would probably think it'd
Extroverted
be more truth. Ah, okay,
frequency.
okay.
So I think that Virgos, they right now, I think they desire to look to look the part, to look kind of like have the confidence, have the um. I think they also, if I'm getting from this as well, they're they're being mindful of their frequency.
Hmm.
So it's like I want to be the part because I know that whatever I am is what I pull into me.
Right,
So
right,
it's
right.
to me like the Virgos are trying at this point. They are calibrating their vibration to be able to get that love that
To,
they
to be
desire.
to be magnetic. Yeah,
Yeah, be magnetic.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I pulled the seven of cups. So that's about like lights, camera, action, and wishful thinking. So that line up. Also, the kind of it's the inability to make a decision too. So they probably got options. You know what I'm saying? So they kind of trying to put on their best face for all the options that they may have. Um, you know. So but lights, camera, action stood out. So yeah, they desire to be magnetic, like you
Hmm. Lights, camera, action.
said.
Who
Next one.
next?
Libra. Yes, Libra. What do Libra desire and love? What is it that
Ooh.
Libra desire and love?
Hmm.
What is it that Libra?
Enlightenment, introvert.
Mm, yeah.
They ain't trying to do nothing right now with no
No.
it's Libra, right?
Yeah, it's Libra.
Libra is they're like hermit.
Licking their wounds. Yeah.
Yeah, they like hermit mode. They're like it's something that they've learned and they're trying to
Yeah.
integrate and learn. I mean, and get the enlightenment on.
Mm,
So they're actually in the middle of a change, some
yeah.
kind of truth they've learned, some kind of truth and love that's
It's
getting them.
forget. It's forgiveness. So I pulled
Mm,
the five of cups in reverse. So it's forgiveness. They trying to they healing and they probably trying to learn forgiveness based on what happened in their situation, surrender.
mm-hmm.
So yeah, they in hermit mode. They right now they just trying to heal. It's a healing process right now for Libra. They just kind of sitting back in the cut, trying to lick their wounds and figure out how to calibrate right now. So yeah, they ain't doing nothing. They just it's introspective right now for Libra.
Good luck, labels.
The
Know
Scorpio
how that
next.
is.
Yeah, yeah, that ain't no joke. Shit, that was me all over. That was the summer. That was my summer. My whole summer was like that. So I get it. Yeah, Scorpio.
Scorpio, what we got for
What
Scorpio?
do Scorpio? What do Scorpio?
Scorpio. Mm. Spiritual bath, black and white. Immediately I heard that the Scorpios are trying to cleanse and release some type of relationship. Um, they've had some kind of unrealistic expectation
Mm-hmm.
with some type of connection. So they are now at this particular time they're trying to actually detox, do spiritual baths, and and release. They maybe did a full moon release or something like that. We just had a full moon in Virgo.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so they're like in releasing mode right now.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense because I pulled the moon. So it's about illusions and uncertainty and
Yeah.
emotional ride. So yeah, they release because they're not really sure what they just went through, and they're trying to almost kind of like Libra. Well, they probably still they probably in a more emotional cycle than Libra is. Libra is like this forgiveness. Scorpio is like they still kind of in the midst of it. You know what I'm saying? So they trying to get past that emotional energy that they just went through. So yeah,
Yeah.
to figure out what the hell going on,
Mhm. Yep.
get it up off
All
of them.
right, Scorpio.
Oh yeah, so we got Sagittarius next.
Mm-hmm.
What does Sagittarius
Sagittarius.
desire? What does Sagittarius desire?
More than one. How about that?
What does Sagittarius
Choices,
desire?
player. The way these scores come out, Sagittarius right now, they are they have choices. Uh, they have more than one that they can choose from, but they want to play. They want to play with everybody.
Hmm.
Uh, I mean,
Yeah, no, that's funny. I think
choices,
that
player.
yeah,
Do
it's
what you
obvious.
do. Do what
Right,
you do. I mean, it's like you just said. It's obvious. I don't got to really explain this one. I
right.
mean,
I pulled the two of swords in reverse, and it's funny because the last time that we did Sagittarius, I pulled the two of swords in reverse too.
mhm.
So it says obvious decision, facing a harsh truth. So yeah, they got decisions they need to make. So they basically need to sit with themselves and see where they want to be at, and then go there. And it might be multiple places. They might have to.
Go poly. I
Yeah,
mean, hey, go do
yeah.
the poly thing.
I mean, not even
They
necessarily
go,
that.
go,
They ain't even necessarily got to be on a poly thing. They just gotta. I think they just need to do some.
don't do that. I'm just being
They need to
facetious.
do some. They need to do some research on their choices so that they can make the best decision for themselves.
But you store with self. So you
Right, right.
store with seeing what do you. It's like you got the damn near like get a paper, a pencil and paper. This is what I want.
Pros and
Okay,
cons.
she got this, he got that. Check and line. They got that. Okay, they ain't lining up at all. So if it's that, if you got that much going on, gotta have strategies.
Got to.
You know what I mean?
Got to.
So good luck, Sagittarius. Don't hurt. Don't get hurt.
Capricorn.
Capricorns.
What do Capricorns desire?
This card trying to come out. Oh Lord, Capricorns. Cappies. What y'all got? Oh, what?
You just learned some shit.
3 cards came out. Okay. Butterflies, moonlight, choices.
That choices card coming up right now.
Mm-hmm. But it for Capricorns, somebody got your attention, Capricorns. But it's a present person and a past person. The moon represent the past, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's somebody that you've met and that you're getting close to. So I mean, you got choices, right?
So I pulled the Fool card. So it's basically about embracing what lies ahead, new adventures, unlimited potential. So once you kind of narrow them choices down and you make the right choice for yourself, you're in a good place. Because but you got to be brave. You got to be curious. That's some shit that y'all on the curious side. Y'all be kind of like, I'm cool, but that curiosity, I know it killed the cat, but it might actually help you out in this particular instance. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, y'all kind of like black and white on certain things. So y'all might have to step out of that black and white, take that, put a color TV in your spectrum, that black and white, so that you can see the potential of what you have in front of you, Capricorn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Good luck,
Aquarius,
Cappies.
Aquarians.
Aquarius.
What do Aquarius desire?
I'm shuffling these cards up. I'm not,
Right, me too. I don't want y'all to think I ain't shuffling mine
yeah.
either. They just fall how they
I
fall.
don't think you can see it in the camera, but I'm
No, they can't see it.
shuffling them.
No, but they can hear it. They can hear it shuffling out
Oh,
there.
yeah.
What do Aquarians?
Aquarius.
What do Aquarians desire?
I like on camera pools. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who's this? Aquarius,
Aquarius, yeah.
solitude, sweets. Uh, Aquarius ain't trying to hear right now. I'm left alone. Look like to me.
Yeah, that's what I got too.
Yeah, what we left alone. Like I think they like their happiness right now is like their own little safe haven. Um, their silence is where they get their enlightenment from right now. So I don't know if they leaving something or going into something, but right now they're in that place of like it's me, this my happiness, that's what I got going on for right now,
Mhm.
and I ain't worried about nobody else.
Right. Yeah, so I pulled the eight of pentacles in reverse, so that's like burnout. So and what I'm getting is like they're going through so much stuff in other aspects of their lives that love ain't really it ain't really like they kind of burnt out from stuff going on in their lives right now. So it's like, I ain't even out there like that. Like if they in a situation, like you said, if they're in a situation they locked into it, but it's a lot of stuff they're going through otherwise.
Mhm.
That's kind of Aquarius people, they abstract as hell. So it's like, you know, leave them the hell alone. Like they want to be left alone sometimes. So I think that's where they at with it. They burnt out.
I got a stellium in that Aquarius. Like I'll tell you what's it. I got a stellium though. I got 4 planets in Aquarius.
Uh,
Huh?
Am I right? Y'all be the one we left the hell alone.
Uh, yeah. A lot of times. A lot of times. It depends.
Right, y'all cool, but it's like leave me the hell alone for real. Like I engaged for a second, but only for so long.
Yeah.
And when it's over with, when I'm not engaged at all, don't talk to me for
My sun sign is Capricorn, but I got 4 planets in
right, right,
Aquarius.
right,
So
right, right,
like I have a lot of Aquarian energy.
right, right, right.
So I relate to that a lot. Aquarius stuff a
Mhm.
lot. It's like we need time to ourselves. I don't. I can speak for me. I need.
Right,
I
right,
love. It's like I love both. I love being with people, but I also have to have my disappear time. You know what I mean?
I think that's some air sign shit in general. Because like I said, my Mars and my Mercury are in Gemini, so um, I'm like that. Like and then I'm a Cancer too, so Cancers retreat as well. So I'm like that too. Like I'm cool to be in the crowd, but I'm gonna need to be myself by for a while too, because
Mhm,
fuck everybody out there. At a certain point, I get to fuck everybody. Like I
mhm.
just want to chill, not in the most respectful way. Fuck everybody too. I'm about to go get up under my electric blanket, chill out.
And it's good that you know that, and your mate know that. Um,
Right. That's one of the first things I discuss when I'm like starting a relationship. Like, look, I love you. I fuck with you. Like, if we get to a point where we get deep into this, just know when I need my alone time, I'm not mad at you. I'm not, none of that. I'm by my, I need to be by myself sometimes. That's all it is.
mhm. I think it's healthy. I think if you win your relationship, you need to have like your time together. You need your time, and they need their time. But
Yeah.
what I've learned is you have to be really healthy and secure within yourself
Mhm.
because some people don't really they take it in a negative way.
Yeah, they feel
Uh,
like they being rejected.
yeah, they be rejected or you cheating or you got something else going on. It's like you have to learn who you're dealing with, and then when you know who you're dealing with, you'll know the person not being they're not cheating, not being
Hey,
that's
that's
their
real shit.
makeup. They're just who they are.
That's real
Uh,
shit. Like,
And I used to tell people, hey, tell guys, like, I'm be gone off the grid for a minute. What that mean? Hell, I'm going
right.
on a retreat. I'm going in the woods. You know what I'm saying?
My
By myself.
my
I
first
mean,
Nah, it's like that. My first long term relationship. This how crazy it was. We was young, so I get it. We both. It was probably our first, both of our first long term relationship. I used to have to lie and tell my ex I was going to work just so I can go chill with my homeboys. Like that's why I go over to their house and get some alone time. 'Cause, like she used to want me up under her all the time, and I was just like, oh shit, like you know what I'm saying. And that's when I was starting to learn about myself at that time. Like I didn't even know that. 'Cause, like I probably came into the relationship clingy, or feeling like, or she probably perceived that I wanted to be up under her just as much as she wanted to be up under me. But in actuality, I did want to be up under her, and I enjoyed being up under her. But I needed that time to go, you know, be with myself and shit. And she used to not understand that shit. She's salty at me, mad. I'm like, yeah, I'm about to go to work, but I be at my dude house. We playing the game, like, you know what I'm saying?
Wait, you said alone.
Yeah, but I needed time away from. I needed time away from her.
Oh, okay. They will say that because you try to go and play game with your boy house.
I mean,
You ain't
sometimes
been
it was.
alone.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. So I
Yeah,
really
different
that was
scenery.
right. I just needed to get. I just needed to get away. I needed some time away because it was like I felt suffocated. Like not, and it wasn't a bad thing. Like, but it was like I needed some. I did say alone. Like yeah, but see, that was now in my where I'm at now. It would be a long time. But back then it was just I needed some time away. So I guess it equates to me needing time away because back then it would have been playing the game. Now I'd be laying in my bed looking at the wall, enjoying every second of that shit.
I think when you get older, that kind of stuff change.
Yeah.
Change.
It was more so I needed time away from our relationship just to be able to do what I wanted to do. That's what it was. Be able to do what I wanted to do.
I think that's healthy. I think that I'm gonna find that study. It's a study that they did, and they said that it was healthy for couples to actually not sleep in the same bed every night, not be together. It's something to do with the hormones and stuff. The estrogen is testosterone.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's a nice study. It makes sense. It's
Mm-hmm.
like you
No, I do.
need that time apart. That's
I
should
got a
be.
homeboy. I got a homeboy. Him and his wife, they really good with that. Like, she'll take a vacation by herself, and he'll be by himself, and they take vacations together. Like, they got a real good grasp on how to balance that out. I feel
Yeah,
like.
that's how it should be.
Mm. And last but not least, we got them Pisces, them fishes. What do the fishes
We're in
desire?
Pisces season. Oh, okay. Divine
Yeah.
time.
What do Pisces desire in love? Somebody as weird as them. Hold on. What do Pisces desire?
You call it Pisces weird?
Pisces are weird. I mean, they real not weird in a bad way, but they're very in touch with their extra sensory perception. So that makes them, what's that say? Okay.
Divine timing
Yeah.
and nervousness.
Oh, okay.
So they desire.
They kind of probably so yeah.
They
Go ahead.
kind of.
Say what you're gonna say, and I'll tell you what I pulled.
It's. I'm getting like divine timing and nervousness. It's like their desire is to like wait for divine to like pretty much let it flow in naturally, but they
Right.
antsy. They nervous about that. It's like they want something particular. They trying to wait for divine to give them the desire.
Right. Now I get that. Makes perfect sense. I pulled the Ten of Swords, so that's like time to reboot, backstabbing, betrayal. So what I'm thinking is like they went through something that was like very hard for them to process. So they're not rushing their next situation. They're kind of like waiting for the
That's the
divine
divine.
timing of it. You know what I'm saying? And what was the other card you pulled?
Nervous.
nervous. So they're nervous about it. Yeah, they're very nervous about jumping the gun. That's what it is. They're nervous about jumping the gun. So like they might meet somebody they really like, but it's like I don't know because I don't know yet. I ain't really got the signs to know if this is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing.
So that ten of swords, that mean they probably at the end of something that's was kind of difficult.
Yeah, ending of a hard
So
but true.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're not
So
really
they
trying.
so it's like they trying to. So it's like it's really time for them to reboot. But it's up to them to realize that versus being so nervous that they might mess up the divine timing of what's right in their face. You know what I'm saying? So it could be any of that. It just depends on them and how they process it for real.
Hmm. I keep cutting on this cord. I keep cutting on this cord. Communication.
That's the most important shit.
I done cut on that cord like at least about 5 times. I done cut on
That's
that
because
cord.
that's because all of these things are predicated on communication. Everything we're talking about, every person's desire and love is really largely dependent upon the communication that they have with themselves and with their partner. So that's why.
Hmm.
So
But somebody can expect some communication. I know I just cut it on Pisces
hmm
when we was about. I cut it like 4 or 5 times.
hmm
So in this code, it talks about unexpected. There's it's going to be expect a message soon.
hmm
They want to express how much they truly miss you. So, like you already said, to me, communication is probably the most significant element of a relationship.
hmm
Uh, if you can get that down,
everything else fall into place.
if that's falling into place.
hmm
If you and your mate communication is on par, I mean,
Everything else. I
it's
mean, because really what it is, the breakdown of in my estimation, the breakdown of most relationships comes from the breakdown of communication.
yeah,
You know what
I
I'm
would
saying?
agree.
Because that's what leads to people to feel like they need to go cheat. Sometimes people just ain't shit. It's a certain percentage of people that just ain't shit. But a lot of times, a lot of times, a lot of times, people feel like they need to go cheat or go do other things because of a misunderstanding, a breach in communication between them and their partner. You know what I
I
mean?
think it's not that they ain't shit. I think it's that people are afraid to really say what they desire because
That's
they
true.
they fear of being judged. It's like
That's true.
if I tell you, okay, me and you together, but I might want to go and do this right here, or I may not want to be do this. I may. It's like I think that people don't really want to like give their raw truth to what
They
they
feel like
actually want.
they feel like they're gonna lose somebody by being.
Right, right.
But
That's
I
right.
always thought the opposite. Like I always thought like if I put it out there and be like whatever I feel like I used to feel like I wanted to have you know other situations beside the relationship I was in. I kind of now I don't feel like that. But prior to I used to put that out there like now I ain't never really been um like I ain't like I don't know I just be real honest. I'd be completely honest. Like my biggest and that's communication though. That's like I feel like the biggest thing is to like give somebody a choice. And I say people ain't shit is that they'll just go and do them and then won't give the other person a choice. And then the other person super invested. Then, like they
Oh
find
yeah.
out. So that's what I mean by not shit. I feel like it's not shit to put somebody in a position to, accept a choice that they could have had the the opportunity to either accept or decline. Like, you know what I mean?
It's like this. You meet somebody and you date this person for a while, and y'all dated for like maybe like a year or two.
hmm
But then you find out years later the person was married the whole time. They
Right,
never said
right.
they was married. Like,
hmm
come on, just say you married and you want some
Right.
side, a
Yep.
side, a side.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
Don't
real,
you know what I'm saying? Let
real
let
talk.
let the person decide they want to
Exactly.
fool a
Yeah,
married man. I'm not
yeah.
gonna fool a married man. Don't do me like that.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like I and I. That's you would get way more respect. You go a lot for you go a lot further by being honest than what I'm saying, just being on some conniving shit for real.
I
You never
dated
know.
this guy in college. So this was a
Mm-hmm.
long time ago, right? I found out like years after I was with him, like shit, almost 20 years later. I find out that, but at the time you had a girlfriend, but you were still legally married to somebody else in a whole different state.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm like, so all that time you was legally married.
Mm-hmm.
I know nothing.
You, you was a whole sister wife. I didn't even know.
Yeah, who said I want to fool with a married man? You know what I mean? So I can't even
Right.
say married a married man because I have. Because you
Because
you even though
you ain't
you
have a choice.
single, you legally married. That's not
He
cool.
ain't, he ain't give you a choice. Nope, that ain't cool.
No. And when you and stop being lazy. When you married and you move on, it's been 10, 15, 5 years, divorce.
Right, right.
Divorce.
Right. Or
Divorce.
at least acknowledge that shit with the person you're dealing with. Let them know what like you said, what's going on. Like, hey,
Mhm. I
I'm,
met a
I'm
guy some years ago and like 2016, I think, something like that. But he was married. But he said he had seen his wife for like 8 years. I'm like, so why are you still married?
right.
So
It's cheaper to keep her. He said.
what? No. Hey, what you still married? I didn't know where she at. Okay, that's more so. Why you still married to the person you know where they at? You get divorced in a day.
That's the same thing as like when you get your car repoed and like you don't never pay the balance off. It's the same shit.
I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. So nah, we'll do that.
Be
We
honest.
do
Open honest.
complete spiritual background checks.
For sure. You should, as you should, as you should.
That's right.
I be all in the cars and all in the. I be all in the tarot cards. I be all in the cardiology. I be all in the birth charts. Anytime I meet somebody, like I need to know. I need to know. I need to know what it is.
Yeah, we do spiritual background checks, man. We don't we I met this guy, um, and I could tell what he was about in the first 5 minutes of conversation.
Mhm.
I met him at a gas station. We talking. I already knew what he was all about. I did a spiritual background. I said, "Oh no, good gosh!"
He was trying to. He was just trying to reach his hand in the bag of goodies.
He had too much going on. And then when we started having a full conversation, I said, "Oh yeah,
Like, yeah, nah.
I'm good.
Right.
Yeah, I'm good." But
Yeah, I don't look like we got any. It don't look like we got any people on to come get a reading. So, I'm just gonna wrap up our latest episode. So, yeah, this has been the Stack the Deck with Love podcast, and we will see y'all next Monday. Peace.
peace.